Students, good morning. I hope that you all are good and doing your studies also. Students, today we are going to start a new chapter of science, that is chapter number 13. The name of the chapter is sound, and this is the first part of this chapter. In this part, we are going to cover some topics such as firstly we are going to know about that what is sound, and then after we will know that how the sound is produced. We are going to study about the different types of musical instruments, that musical instruments which produces the sound. So these things that we are going to discuss in this chapter one by one. So let's begin with the first part of this chapter. That first part is that we are going to know about that what is sound. So firstly we'll know that what is sound. The sensation felt by our ears is commonly known as sound. So we can say that sound is a form of energy. Sound is that form of energy which makes us to hear. We hear many sounds around us in everyday life. For example, at home we hear the sound of our parents talking to us. We also hear the sound of telephone bell, radio, television, mixer grinder, washing machine, etc. And at a school, we hear the sound of our teachers, classmates, and the school bell. So at a music concert, we hear the sound produced by various musical instruments like sitar, veena, violin, guitar, piano, flute, sehnai, tabla. So these are the certain musical instruments that produce the sound. In garden, we hear the sounds of creeping of birds, rustling of leaves of the trees in bridge. In rainy season, we hear the sound of raindrops falling on the roof and the sound of the thundering of clouds. So we observe the certain things in our surroundings that produce the different kinds of sounds. In factory, we hear the different types of sounds made by various big and small machines. So the sound is spatial to the object which it's produced. For example, the ticking of clock, the click of an electric switch. We rarely forget a sound having heard it once and quickly recognize this sound when we hear it again. We can even recognize a person from the sound of his voice even without seeing his face. For example, I'm going to give you one example. We can usually tell from the voice of which singer is singing a particular song on radio even though we do not see the face of the singer. Thus every sound has unique quality which distinguishes it from other sound. Sound plays an important role in our daily life. It helps us to communicate or talk with others. So in this chapter we are going to discuss that how the sound is produced, and this is called the production of sound. So in this chapter we are going to study about that how the sound is produced. Sound is produced by the vibrating objects. There are certain objects that vibrates to produce a sound. So we are going to know about that one by one. Here there are certain examples given to you. If you strike the school bell, it vibrates and produces a sound. If you plug a stretched rubber band, it vibrates and produces sound. If you beat a drum, its stretched membrane vibrates, produces sound, and if you blow a bugle, the air column vibrates and produces the sound. So we can say that the sound is produced by the vibration. So here this is the diagram that is given to you, and here there is a diagram of the certain musical instruments. So we are going to know about that which part of these musical instruments vibrates to produce the sound. So just know about all these kinds of musical instruments one by one. Here there are certain musical instruments, but before that we must know that what causes the production of sound. So when an object moves backwards or forwards, this is known as to and fro motion. That rapidly to and fro motion, we can say that the object vibrates and that object is vibrating. Sound is produced when an object vibrates, moves to and fro rapidly. So when the object vibrates, it produces the sound. In other words, we can say that sound is produced by vibrating objects. We hear the sound of some objects must be vibrating to produce that sound. And the energy that is required to make an object to vibrate and produce sound is provided by some outside source like a hand, wind, etc. In some cases, the vibration of sound produced by the object is quite large, which can see with our eyes, but in other cases, the vibration of the sound produced by the object are so small that we can't see them easily. We have to feel the vibration of such an object by touching it gently with fingers of our hand. So this is about how the sound is produced. The sound is produced by the vibration, and I have told you that what is vibration. The rapid to and fro motion is commonly known as vibration. For example, let us ring a bicycle bell and touch it gently with our fingers. We will find that a ringing bicycle bell which is producing sound is shaking back and forth continuously, and we say that the bicycle bell is vibrating. Now if we hold the ringing bicycle bell tightly with our hand, it stops vibrating and the sound also stops coming. So from this we just get the conclusion that the sound is produced by vibrating bicycle bell, and when the bicycle bell vibrates, it produces sound, and when the bicycle bell stops vibrating, the sound also stops coming from them. So in general, we can say that a body must vibrate to produce sound. So we will get the conclusion that a body must vibrate to produce sound. So this is about how the sound is produced. The sound is produced by the vibration, and I have told you that what is vibration. Now we are going to know about that how the sound is produced by the different musical instruments. Here there is a diagram of the different musical instrument is given to you. For example, sitar, guitar, flute, these are the certain types of musical instrument that is given here in this diagram. If we hit the stretched membrane or the skin of tabla, the membrane starts vibrating and produces sound. So if you hit the stretched membrane of tabla, the membrane starts vibrating and it produces a sound. If we put a small pebbles on the membrane of this sound producing tabla, the pebbles will start jumping up and down, showing that the tabla membrane is vibrating while producing sound. So we can say that the tabla membrane is vibrating and produces a sound. Thus, the sound is produced when the membrane or the skin of tabla vibrates. So here how the sound is produced? This is produced mainly by the vibration of the skin of the tabla. When it vibrates, it produces sound. When we strike the membrane or skin of drum, it vibrates to produce sound. The sound is produced when the stretched membrane or skin of drum vibrates. So we can say that here in this case the sound is produced due to the vibration of the membrane in case of tabla. So here the membrane vibrates to produce the sound. The sound of a radio or television is produced by the vibration of the cone of a speaker. Now from this discussion we conclude that the sound can be produced by following methods: by vibrating the strings in case of guitar, by vibrating the air columns in case of flute, by vibrating the membrane in case of tabla, and by vibrating the plates as in bicycle bell. So by this way the sound is produced by these musical instruments. Production of sound musical instruments. The production of sound musical instruments depends upon the type of the instruments. So the production of the sound mainly depends upon the types of the instruments, and there are mainly 4 types of instruments. The first one is woodwind, the second one is string, the third one is percussion instrument, and the fourth one is brass. Now let's know about it one by one. Woodwind instruments. These are the instruments that is made up of wood. Woodwind instruments make the music by blowing on the top or on the reed of the instrument. So there are the examples of the certain musical instrument that is given to you in this diagram. For example, clarinet and flute and bassoon. So these are the certain woodwind instruments that is given to you, and here in all these cases the sound is produced by blowing on the top of the instruments. Now next is about the percussion instruments. These are the instruments that makes the music by striking or by shaking or scraping them. For example, drum, piano, cymbals, xylophones. These are the certain examples of the percussion instruments that produces the sound by striking or by shaking or by scraping. Next is musical instruments and their vibrating parts. Now here there is one column is given to you. In the first column the name of the musical instrument is given, and in the second column the vibrating part produces sound is given to you. So let's know about it one by one. The first one is veena. Veena, the sound there's vibrating part is what? Stressed string. Second one is sitar, their vibrating part is stressed string. Third one is violin, stressed string is their vibrating part. Guitar, stressed string is their vibrating part. Tabla, stressed membrane. Mridangam, stressed membrane. Drum, stressed membrane. Sehnai, air column. Flute, air column. Mouth organ, air column. So these are about the certain musical instruments and their vibrating part, and that vibrating part that vibrates to produce the sound is given to you in this table. Now musical instruments. There are some musical instruments that produce the sound when they are beaten or struck. For example, bell, manzira, jal tarang. So these are the certain musical instruments that are beaten to produce or the struck to produce the sound. Next is the sound produced by the human. The sound is also like that of these musical instruments. We also human beings produces a sound. Now we are going to know that how the sound is produced by the human beings. Human beings produce a sound by using their voice box. Their voice box is commonly known as larynx. Voice box or larynx is situated in our throat at the top of the windpipe or trachea. So it is situated at the top of the windpipe or trachea. The human voice box or larynx contains 2 ligaments, and that 2 ligaments is known as vocal cords. And the vocal cords is just a kind of strings. Sound is produced by the vibration of the vocal cords. So here in case of human beings, the sound is produced mainly by the vibration of the vocal cords. And where the vocal cords is found? The vocal cords is found in larynx, or we can say that voice box. The vocal cords are attached to the muscles which can change the tension or stretching in the cords and the distance between the cords. Normally what happens, the muscles of the vocal cords are completely relaxed, due to which the vocal cords are separated and loose so that the air from the lungs passes through them without producing any sound. Thus when we are not talking or singing, the 2 vocal cords are far apart with a lot of gap between them. When we want to speak, then what happens? The muscles of the vocal cords contract, and due to which the 2 vocal cords become stretched close together and leaving a narrow slit between them. The lungs passes a current of air between the 2 vocal cords, and this air makes the vocal cords to vibrate and that vibrating vocal cords produces sound. Thus, when we talk or sing, we actually make our vocal cords to vibrate, and the vibration of the vocal cords expelled by the air produce vocal sounds. So the sound is produced by the human beings by this way. So we can say that the sound in human beings is produced mainly by the vibration of the vocal cords. Now next is about the voice box. Here there is a one diagram that is given to you, and this is the diagram of the voice box or larynx. And just look at the diagram here, where the larynx is found and where the vocal cords is found. Next topic here, breathing and speaking or singing is, there are two diagrams that is given to you that I have already taught you in our previous slide, that normally when the muscles of the vocal cords are completely at the first diagram that shows you that when the vocal cords are completely at relaxed, due to which the vocal cords are separated and loose so that the air from the lungs passes through them without producing any sound. Thus we are not talking or singing, the two vocal cords are far apart with a lot of gap between them. So the first diagram that shows to you that these two vocal cords are far apart with a lot of gap between them, and in this case we are not talking or we are not singing. And in the second case, when we want to speak, if you want to speak, the muscles of the vocal cords contract, and due to which the two vocal cords become stressed and close together, and there is a narrow slit, or we can say the narrow gap between them. The lungs passes a current of air between the two vocal cords, and this air that makes the vocal cords to vibrate, and the vibrating vocal cords produces sound. So the second diagram shows to you that how the sound is produced by the vibration of the vocal cords. So when the air current by the lungs that passes through these narrow slit that is made between the two vocal cords, that makes the vocal cords to vibrate, and by this way the sound is produced. So the second diagram that shows you that vocal cords folds and comes together and vibrates when we are speaking or singing, and the first diagram that shows to you that vocal cords folds are open and they are far apart from each other, and in this case there is no any kind of sound is produced. So the next, there is one activity that I am going to demonstrate you here, and in this activity we are going to know about the working of the vocal cords, how these vocal cords vibrate to produce the sound. So in this activity, first of all, take two rubber strips that is shown to you here. A girl is taking the two rubber strips of same size and place that two rubber strips one above the other, that is shown to you in the given diagram. Hold the two ends of the rubber strips in your hands and stress them tight. Here, just look at the diagram carefully. Keep the stressed rubber strip in front of your mouth and blow the air. Here the girl is standing and she is keeping the stressed rubber strips in her hand and blowing the air through the thin gap between them. As the air blows through the stressed rubber strips, a sound is produced. When she starts blowing the air through the stressed rubber strips, the sound is produced, and this sound is produced by the vibration. How this sound is produced? That is mainly produced by the vibration of the stressed rubber strip when the air rushes through the thin gap between them. Our vocal cords also produces the sound in a similar way. So this activity shows you that this activity demonstrates you that how the vocal cords working of the vocal cords to produce the sound. So when we talk or sing, the frequency of our sound produced by us changes continuously. The changes in the frequency of the sound while talking or singing are brought about by the action of the muscles that is attached to the vocal cords in the voice box. When the muscles attached to the vocal cords contract and stretch, the vocal cords becomes tight and thin, and the sound of high frequency is produced. On the other hand, when the muscles relax, the vocal cords becomes loose and thick and the sound of low frequency is produced. So here we have just known that how the sound of high frequency is produced and how the sound of low frequency is produced. The vocal cords of a man are about 20 mm long. The vocal cords of women are about 5 mm shorter than men, and due to the shorter vocal cords, the frequency, or we can say the pitch of the woman's voice is higher than the pitch of a man. So with the help of this activity, we have just known about that how the vocal cords vibrates to produce the sound. Next, sound is produced by the animals. Like that of human beings produces sound, animals also produces sound. Animals like dog, cats, horses, lions, cows produces sound by the vocal cords like human beings. They also having their vocal cords that vibrates to produce a sound, like that in case of human beings. So this is about the sound that is produced by the animals. So students, these are the certain topics that I have covered today. There are some more topics that are still remaining in this chapter, that very soon we are coming with the rest of the topics of this chapter. So whatever the things that I have told you today, you must revise it, and whatever the questions that is given in your book related to the topics, you must try to complete it yourself. So students, thank you.